If I say I'm leaving today, this man will throw me out. He will not even give me 1 naira after everything I've spent with him.
If you are leaving,
yes,
then the issue of throwing out does not arise.
Will he give you something if you are leaving?
Wait now. See, this is where. Wait now.
If you spend like 25 years with a man, you help him to build his career or build his business or build something. And while he was building all those things, you were taking care of the children. And now you have seen that the man is a perpetual cheat and you have to leave. How will you now, in your right senses, just pack your load and go? You will not pack your load and go. The man will go and marry a new wife and bring. He will not even give you 1 naira, and you would have wasted 20-something years without the man even ever giving you anything. Why will you not plan yourself, at least get some money that you use to start when you leave?
On Sunday last week, there's a friend of mine, my best man during my wedding. So we had like a lot of conversations. We talked about a lot of things about marriage, about women, about the cravings that certain kind of women have for men that they deem successful, and we talked about the challenges that he has faced based on his own industry. And he mentioned the fact that he has totally decided in his heart that no woman is going to bring him down because he wants to run a brand. He has a brand that is already doing very well, but he wants a flawless brand. And he's also thinking in terms of legacy, So he would mention, based on our conversation, things like ladies train themselves, they just want to see how they can get a piece of the pie. I don't know what that pie is in any case, but he spoke about his own resolve to be very dedicated to his spouse, to be the model for his children. Like, it was a very long conversation. But what I want to ask you now, because if you flip this question to a woman, and maybe, for example, a woman is in a relationship where cheating is the order of the day. The question is this: I know my partner is cheating, but I will stay. Yeah, but why?
I think there are several women that know that their partners are cheating and they choose to stay.
Yeah, why?
And one might just be for the shame of living. Like
the shame of living.
The shame of living. So they might just prefer
the shame of being unmarried.
Yeah, the shame of being unmarried, the shame of leaving after doing the wedding. And that shame alone
but how is that a shame?
Can make some people stay. Also, for the sake of children, there are many people that stay because of children. And then some people stay for a timeline. It's not like they're staying forever. They've already planned, I'm going to be here for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years. Within these 20 years, within these 10 years, I would get everything I can get. I will plan everything that I can plan. If I need my visa, if I need everything, I would arrange everything within 5 years, within 10 years.
They will deploy
their wisdom within that period.
Which wisdom?
The man that was cheating did not have wisdom. As I was saying, please.
How do you call that wisdom? They will deploy their
wisdom within that period.
Wow. Continue, I'm listening.
You just asked me a question.
And I'm listening
you
to
said
your answer now.
The man is cheating, right?
Yeah, for peradventure,
yes. So why would the woman not leave? And I said, number one, she might be ashamed to leave.
Yes.
Number two, she might stay for her children. Or number three, she might have talked to him and he's not changing. So she might say, okay, since I know that my husband is a perpetual cheater or cheat.
Yeah.
Perpetual cheat and he would not stop.
Yeah.
For the next 5 years, I would plan my exit strategy. One, I would travel out of the country. Before I travel out, maybe my bank details needs to be set. My visa needs to be ready. There are some skills that I need to get. There's some courses I need to do so I can time myself for the next 5 years, 6 years to get everything that I can get. And then once I get all those things, then I would leave.
Do you call that cheating? That third part?
Cheating on what?
Because the man is cheating, the woman is aware.
Yes.
The woman is planning, the man is not
Why
aware.
are you focusing on the third point?
No, because that's the point that really stands out.
Why are you taking that third point personal?
No, there's nothing personal about it now because I don't ever pray to find myself in that place where like the whole.
Are you saying that a woman
cheating will be hanging over my head?
Are you saying that if a woman knows that her husband is cheating, and for example, she doesn't even have where to go to, she doesn't have anything to do if she leaves him, she should not plan her exit strategy after she has done everything and the man continues to cheat?
Why not? Why wait for day 100 to exit when you can exit
and sleep under the bridge? What are you saying?
When you can exit on day 1.
Why?
Why will you wait till day?
Why?
If your goal is exiting, for example, if your goal is exiting, why wait 2 years?
Because you need to plan your strategy.
Why be in that same house planning your strategy?
Yes.
When you can pull out of that marriage?
Will you sleep under the bridge? The man is cheating.
So what it then means now is
you
that
have spoken to him about cheating. You have begged him to stop cheating. You have prayed for him to stop cheating. And you don't have where to go to, or you don't have how to feed yourself, how to do. And you've been married to this man maybe for like 5-10 years. Then you're saying that she should not plan her strategy.
I see that the woman in that instant is using the man.
Using the man that is cheating on her.
Yes,
the man that is cheating on her is not using her.
He's not using her now.
He's not using her.
How is a cheating husband
He's married
using his wife?
to her. He's not using her.
How is he using
You are too funny. Men, you people you are funny. You are not even focusing on that a man is cheating.
It's me that I asked you the question.
Yes.
I'm the one that's asking the question.
And he's cheating.
What I'm telling you now is that if you plan to live in 3 years' time, why
is he cheating?
Why not live on day 1?
Why is the man cheating?
The cheating issue can be addressed
separately. It cannot
separately.
be addressed separately. Why? You people like doing that kind of thing.
Which one people like doing that kind of thing?
Somebody is cheating. You're not addressing the fact that he's cheating. You're addressing the fact that a woman refused to sleep under the bridge.
That's not what I'm addressing.
What are you addressing?
What I'm addressing is the fact, because I asked you a question. This was the genesis of the whole thing. It was about a question that I asked you.
I don't
stand for cheating. Let me even make that clear. I don't even stand for cheating. I don't ever want to find myself in that position where I now have to contemplate the fact that I could have the propensity. I'm not even cheating yet, so I don't want to contemplate the fact that I could have the propensity to cheat. I don't want to be in that place of contemplation. How will I cheat? Can I cheat? Who should I cheat with? Where should the cheating go on? I don't want to find myself in that.
There are people that go through very tough scenarios. For example, a man has married them. They've given birth to many children, maybe 5, maybe 6. They are already like in their 40s. Nobody's going to marry them again. 40s or 50s. They've spent their prime years, like 20 years in marriage, 25 years in marriage. They are not so financially stable, and maybe the man is even violent on top. So that woman at that point,
if there is violence on top,
at that point,
I will not agree with that point of staying 3 years and planning. How will you be planning with violence?
At that point, where she's now like, okay, I have spent my prime with this man for 20-something years. If I say I'm leaving today, this man will throw me out. He will not even give me 1 naira after everything I've spent with him.
If you are leaving,
yes,
then the issue of throwing out does not arise.
Will he give you something if you are leaving?
Wait now. See, this is where. Wait now.
If you spend like 25 years with a man, you help him to build his career or build his business or build something. And while you were building all those things, you were taking care of the children. And now you have seen that the man is a perpetual cheat and you have to leave. How will you now, in your right senses, just pack your load and go? You will not pack your load and go. The man will go and marry a new wife and bring. He will not even give you 1 naira, and you would have wasted 20-something years without the man even ever giving you anything. Why will you not plan yourself? At least get some money that you use to start when you leave.
What I'm even trying to say.
What are you talking about?
What I'm even trying to say.
Because she's married and because she's a woman, she does not have brain.
No. Because I don't want you to see it as brain. I don't want you to see it as something that maybe a woman is doing.
After a woman
is trying to be
through
corny and all of that. I don't want women to be corny.
But you want a man to cheat, but the woman should not be corny.
I don't want a man to cheat, but peradventure that man has found himself in that indiscretion.
Let me tell you something. If it is that the woman is financially independent, right, and the man
will be different.
Yes, and the man is cheating perpetually.
She can easily walk away, right? And she feels that
my health is in jeopardy. My health is at stake. My health is at stake.
Yeah.
My whatever. She can decide that, okay, I want to separate or I want to leave. Then she is not going to go and start afresh because so much has built something for herself. But for example, like a stay-at-home mom, that did not build her career. She did not build anything for herself. She did not build anything for herself. Her life throughout her marriage was ensuring that her husband is okay, that he eats well, that he goes to school, that he goes to work and he comes back and the house is okay, the children are okay, they go to school. And the children now have grown to a certain age. And the man is no longer satisfied with her. So she should now just stay and say, I can't take this anymore, I want to leave. Then as a stay-at-home wife that don't have anything, she should now live with empty hand.
See, and that's where there's a...
You're not even focusing
now. That's
that
where,
the man is cheating. You're saying, why is she planning?
That's where there's a lacuna in...
What I'm saying, I'm not saying that it's Bible standard though. Me, I'm just talking from my mouth. I'm not an authority on this subject. So nobody should quote me that, oh, she's an authority, she's speaking from the Bible, this is what a Christian woman should do. I'm not saying any of that. Me, I'm just talking from my humanity.
Yeah, and humanity is good because the most intelligent place to speak from...
And I'm not planning to do that.
The most intelligent place to speak from is for us to speak from our humanity.
It's okay.
And that's why House of Utterance, that's why we actually do this, because some people feel that you must get to a certain level. This is inspirational. This is sometimes very thought out and very practical. Most people don't engage in these kinds of conversations, and it's important that we have these conversations so that we can even begin to, raise the bar, in the ante of conversation. And of course, this whole intelligence that God has put on the inside of us while we do this. But what I'm trying to say basically is that your response now makes me to understand that there is a lapse within our judicial system. If, for example, now you're an American billionaire and you are cheating, in fact, you don't even want to be caught cheating. Look at what happened to guys like them, Tiger Woods, even some tech billionaires that we heard about. Imagine some of them had to split their billions, maybe into 3 parts. The wife went with almost $20-something billion, just to say we are divorcing and all that, things like that. But our marital laws here necessarily, the court would even be so shy most times to even say, take this property or take this. What most courts would even be thinking about is, okay, how do we take care of the children? Maybe they will say 30K for you to pay 30K every month to your wife. Those kind of a whole lot of ridiculousness.
There was a video that I saw, and in that video, they showed a woman returning her bride price to the man. And then she wore her fine dress, and then she walked and then she dropped.
Returning her bride price to the man. Okay.
That's like their culture.
Okay.
Then she drops the bride price at his feet.
The man didn't go to collect it.
It was a celebration. I don't know. It's as if they used to celebrate when you get married, and if you want to separate, they will celebrate it, and then you will drop the money. So at that point, she now wore her fine dress. She didn't even look at him. She just walked to his feet and she dropped the bride price, and then she left. It was like a huge sum of money, like a huge bundle.
That means she didn't get anything else out of the marriage.
She now dropped it and left. And people were just hailing her that, yes, the way she, see her fine dress, see how she just dropped it and she's moving. And I'm like, what about the years?
Well, who accounts for that, right?
You understand? I don't know.
But
may we not see evil.
We will not see evil in Jesus' name. But
Amen.
if you want to really be very rational about it, the man has also put in years. Mm-hmm. Years of caring for the woman.
That's if he was caring.
Yeah, if he was caring. Years of caring for the children. Years of being available as a father. Years of being available
if all those things existed,
as a husband.
Right?
Yeah, those years. The woman has also put in years. And we did one video on mutual comments and all of that, if you remember, a long time ago. Like, a lot of things that maybe a woman must have brought to the table at that point in time in terms of maybe sensual enjoyment. The man also must have replicated that. So
that's if he allowed her enjoy it.
Yeah, so
that's if she was not just wounding and wounding.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. So at that level, I can understand that the man and the wife are almost in this game 50-50 to that extent. Mm-hmm. But why are more women scared about leaving than men are? That's my final question.
Yeah. I think that for women, nobody wants to stop and start again for a woman. That's what I think.
Are you saying it's easier for a man to start again?
Oh, it's so easy.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So easy. If it's not easy, let me know.
I don't know. I don't have experience in starting over, so I would not be able
But you have said that if something happened to me and I died, that you remarry.
I have not said that.
You said
in
that
a long time.
But you said that in.
I said that in those moments of content creation.
You said that in 2018.
That was how many years ago?
You said that if something happened to me and I die, you will remarry.
That's not what I said. That's not how I said
That's what you said.
No, that might have been the implication of what I said. But that was not how I said it.
You used it in clear terms. In very clear terms.
Why are you bringing me in issue now? I'm not the one in issue now. We're just having a simple conversation here.
And that's how I'm saying it simply.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
So it's definitely easier for a man to move on. Even if a man is 70, he can still move on. Whether the wife dies or the wife leaves or something, the man can move on. Even at 80, he can still remarry. There are still women that will remarry him, especially if he even has money. Even if he doesn't have money at 80, there are still women that can marry him. But a woman that is already 70, 80, I don't know. Me, I haven't seen it in Nigeria, but abroad in films, I see it. But in Nigeria, I have not seen where an 80-year-old woman said, "Oh, I just saw the love of my life." I have not seen it. But a man at 80 in this Nigeria can still remarry. So it's easier for a man to move on, but it's not so easy for a woman to move on. Because at the end, like you're thinking about the years you've invested, starting all over, trying to understand the man again. And even if you marry somebody at 80, he will still want everything afresh. He will want you to be somersaulting like a young girl. He will want you to be dressing you like a young girl, doing everything young because he wants fresh, young taste.
Wow.
But if a man now wants to marry a small girl now, someone that is 80 can still marry someone that is 20, 25, and the girl will not be doing some assault for him. We say, "Oh, baby, nice."
No, but well, let's just hope that, let's just hope that we have more responsible men and also more responsible women.
But I have a question to you. Yeah. Why did you balance on that third point? Why was it a trigger for you?
No, it's not a trigger.
I mentioned the first one, you allowed it slide. No, the second point, you allowed it slide.
We could start this video over by starting from the first point.
We can start which
video. The third point was the freshest point to start from.
No, my love.
No, sincerely.
You pounced on it. You jumped on it with your weight. you jumped on it with your full weight.
I just feel that, no matter what the challenges are, parties can still be open to one another. That might be like something naive. It's just like the woman will go and tell her husband that I'm planning to leave in 3 years' time. I just need these 3 years to be able to gather myself so that after the 3 years, I can check out of your life. You understand? That could have either a positive or a negative effect.
Do you even know the pain that some women might have faced hearing that your husband is cheating, and they say, no. And finally, now discover that he's cheating. And they talk about it, and they still discover that he still continues to cheat.
Do these things happen in the reverse? Because people feel that women are more sneaky, when it comes to things around cheating. I used to know of a friend of mine who told me that in his office, they cancel.
If a woman is cheating,
wait now. In his office, they cancel women in that office. He said that when it comes to cancellation, married women present themselves for cancellation. You wake up in the morning with your wife in your house. Your wife goes to work. Instead of her to be seated on her table, on her chair in the office, she's lying down on an orgasm table.
And the husband is aware, right?
The husband, how do most men even get... The thing is that when men do some crazy things, a lot of men drop clues. But I don't know how it is that we are hearing of all these DNA issues and all that. Most of all this DNA stuff, those women, they drop no clues. No. It's true. That's why it's more dangerous when it's that a woman is the one that is cheating. The danger is irreparable damage. Irreparable damage. Colossal damage. A damage of magnificent proportions that a man would rather want to prefer not to even wake up to see the next day. But for men that have that resilience, that could be a trigger for them to begin to believe in the possibility of starting over. Yeah. Men are good. Men are good. Men are kind. Men are wonderful. Men are loving. Most men are. You won't just find an ordinary man just because what does the other woman have that his wife does not have? That when I want to throw, he wants to throw his whole life away. How will a man? How do you think of that? For a responsible man, he will now say, "Oh, how will a man even think of the reputational damage like that can come to his name and his person?" Then he will now be chasing women all around. For a responsible man, he would rather stay with his wife. Yes. And for a lot of men that fall out of that line, it could be different pressures, it could be indiscretions, it could be trauma that has not been dealt with from their past. A lot of men, they still remain traumatized even in marriage. It could even be the trauma from a past relationship. Healing that did not take place.
Oh my God!
The men did not like you properly before they... See, if women give these reasons that I gave, people will begin to say, "Oh, this thing is making sense. It's making sense. Now because I'm selling for a man, now it's not making sense."
Because you know it's a lie now. That's why.
The excuses that women give, if men also give those excuses, you'll be shocked how many people will stand on the side of men and the ratio as against women. Men maybe like 20, women 80. We excuse a lot of things when it has to do with the indiscretions that women participate in. And at the end of the day, the man will still take the blame for it. Anyway, we can leave this content at this point. Let's see how, but basically, cheating is wrong.
It's wrong.
It's ungodly.
It's ungodly.
Don't practice it.
If
you find yourself cheating right now, find your way back home. Your wife and your children, they are waiting for you. Don't go and spend the 50,000 naira that can add value to your family. You go and spend it elsewhere, because I don't even think that there's no cheating that does not involve investment of time and money. Not even money, time. The time you're using to do crazy stuff. Go home, learn something new, spice up your marriage, make your bed look very alluring and wonderful. And on top of all of that, make sure your heart is right with God, 100%. Finally, before I go, there was this story of a very big man in Abuja. I can't recall his name. Even if I could, I might not be able to mention it. But, the story had it that he went in for a rumble with a lady. The lady left alive and he was dead on the bed. So for a lot of men, you don't even know the strength of your heart. You are looking for an acrobatic woman outside of your home that does not know how your wife manages to keep your breathing process normal. The woman will now take you to an extreme that you may never have really been able to get to. Imagine passing to the great beyond from sex. What are you going to tell God?
I hail you.
What are you going to tell God? That from sex, man, you just transited to the great beyond. How are your children even going to be able to, how would they be proud at your burial? That's when they will tell a wife that, okay, just pour one sand. She will pour 3. She will use shovel 1, 2, 3. But really, we need to really tell ourselves the truth as married people. Deal with your issues. Deal with everything that looks like a challenge for you. But I have a question for you. In another podcast.
If a woman is not financially stable and the husband is a perpetual cheat, what should she do?
Dig your heels in. Bootstrap. Get yourself dirty. Go get something doing. Don't hide under that whole shadow of...
Should she get something doing outside the marriage or inside the marriage?
If you can work from home, fine. If you need to get a job, get a job.
No, I mean is, should she leave the marriage and get something doing? Or she should stay in the marriage and get something doing?
I don't believe that all cases of infidelity must lead to divorce.
Okay.
I personally don't believe that.
I agree.
Not all parties have the heart to stomach it. But I don't believe that because somebody just cheated, the next thing, divorce. I
use the word perpetual.
Yeah, I don't, even the perpetual, like I said, a lot of things can be going on in that perpetuality of that man, for example. Many things can be happening to him. If we can go to the roots of that cheating and deal with those issues, That man that you see that is chasing everything all around, you'll be shocked that he might actually be the apostle that God has sent into the world, to go and help people in that way of life and get them back to Christ. A lot of possibilities abound. The point I'm just trying to make is that if you're a woman, your husband is cheating, and you're like, because of this cheating, you maybe you don't have money, you've not been able to improve yourself, you don't have no goals, no ambition, zero insight, zero foresight, almost an absence of hindsight. Like you are just there in that state of existence that doesn't really add any value to society. Then there's a problem. You have a problem. You have a problem. And also for fathers, do everything you can to be able to empower your daughters. Don't say this is a boy should be thinking about this. A lady, no. Try as much as possible to equalize that knowledge. Empower your children equally as much as you possibly can, so that you don't raise women. We don't now begin to raise women who have this almost 100% dependency mindset. It's also one of the things that is really killing a lot of marriages, because right now, a man's income cannot do it all. Then you now have women that just believe that they should just wash their hands. The Bible talked about the Proverbs 31 woman. This woman owned ships on the sea. Like she was big. She had it sorted. So when you find women these days that talk about, okay, I want to date a man that is working. Which work are you doing? Which value are you bringing to that relationship? Don't. It's just like the talent. When the person that God gave one talent that went to, the master gave one talent, he went to bury it. The Bible records that was an act of wickedness. So if you are not using your gift as a woman to add value to yourself and to add value to your family, I can almost say you are a wicked woman.
Let me just say something. This woman that you are saying is a wicked woman, assuming she has been married for 20 years, there is no day that the man has not eaten 3 square meals. He has always eaten 3 times a day. The children have always eaten. The children's clothes have been washed. Yeah. The house have always been clean. She has ensured that the home front have been in peace and together, and the children have grown up to be responsible human beings for the last 10, 15 years. That one is not work.
My grandmother, God bless her soul, Omoluyi the Great of Ologbo, of Igwebe. She was from Igwebe. My granddad married from Igwebe in Edo State. This woman held it down with her kids. And you know that because of the way my dad talks about her. My dad so much, there's no week he will not mention his mother or he will not mention his father. He's almost getting to 80 years old. But he talks about his parents. He's still so much in love with them, even as an 18-year-old granddad. But when he talks about his mom, he will talk about his mom. His mom raised him. She had her farm. She still had her market store. And she was still responsible for ensuring that her husband, when he comes from the farm, he has to eat. She was taking care of children. She was doing... So how did these great women of old, how were they able to really multitask in a way that they could get a whole lot of things done? Not to even talk about the number of children that they had to raise.
So you're saying that...
None of them were imbeciles. None of them were misfits. None of them were criminals. None of them were on the streets.
So you're saying that I'm only saying that is fully in herself.
I'm only saying that you have to look for a way to model what has worked in the past, not necessarily replicating it, but deriving some wisdom, past wisdom for present realities. That's what I'm just trying to say.
I like what you're saying, and I agree with you almost 100%.
Yeah.
So that means that if there's any woman right now that is watching this video, that is a stay-at-home mom 100%, just ensuring that her husband is perfect, that her children are well, is not enough. So speak to that woman. See,
before I speak to you, before I speak to the woman out there, I'll just give an illustration. It's just like a pastor, for example, and I'm not trying to slight pastors. Even Lawrence Oyer, in one of his podcasts, he said what I'm about to say. He said that you cannot say that you are a full-time pastor. You cannot claim full-time pastor when you spend 2 hours on Instagram, 1 hour on TikTok, another 1 hour, 30 minutes, making flimsy calls or calling church members, maybe just to find out if anything can drop for them or something like that. You cannot call yourself a fool. You are not, if you look at the quotient, the amount of time that you even spend praying, you are not praying up to 15 minutes or 30 minutes in a day. You may not even read your Bible for that whole day. He said to those kinds of men of God, go get a job. So I'm going to tell you as a woman, go get something doing. These days, you don't even necessarily have to work from an office. There are a lot of opportunities that are online. There are things that you can do. You can train yourself even on YouTube, get certain skills to improve yourself. Don't just be in that laissez-faire mode. You are waiting for 3 o'clock to hit so that your children come, you give them food, then you go and sleep from that maybe 4 to 5, or you are playing with kids. You are playing with kids. You may not even be reading Bible or doing homework with them, but you are just in the house.
Instilling values.
You are just in the house. Please get a job. Get a job. Woman, get a job. There are a lot of hardworking women out there now. So there's no excuse. And the models for those kinds of women that say, okay, I'm at home. I'm going to die at home. There are a lot of models. A lot of women have broken that chain that the devil uses to tie people to poverty and to disdain, to lack of self-respect. You can pull yourself through from that. And God is going to give you the grace. There's something on the inside of you that the world is waiting for to receive. Don't let that gift that God has placed in you to die. There's value. And there's a platform for you in the marketplace to express a new kind of value about yourself that your children will even be proud of. They'll say, this our mother. When people now talk about you in your 80s, other younger women will be weeping. They would wish they had that kind of mother. Be that woman that makes a difference. Don't make an excuse. Make a difference. Yeah, true.
Word.
True.
Word.
True.
Word.